Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are talking about a piece of tech that could honestly change just about everything, the solid-state battery. So let's dive right in and see what all the hype is about. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. That little red battery icon starts flashing, and suddenly you're in a panic looking for the nearest outlet. It really does feel like our phones, our cars, our entire modern lives are tethered to a power cord. And it's not just about the inconvenience. The lithium-ion batteries that power pretty much everything have some real-world downsides. They don't go far enough, they take forever to charge, and yeah, in some rare cases, that flammable liquid inside can be a serious safety risk. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll break down the problem with today's batteries. Then we'll get into the brilliant solid-state solution. After that, we'll explore the game-changing advantages, touch on the hurdles that are still ahead, and finally, dream a little about the future this tech could power. So let's get right to the core of it. The biggest problem with the batteries we use every day, well, it's not the metal casing on the outside, it's what's sloshing around on the inside, a liquid. That's right. The battery that makes our world go round, the lithium-ion battery, relies on a liquid electrolyte to move energy back and forth. Just think of this liquid like it's a ferry for energy particles. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's kind of slow, it's bulky, and here's the kicker, it's flammable. This liquid is the root cause of so many of our battery headaches. But what if you could just get rid of that liquid? I mean, completely. Well, that is the huge revolutionary idea behind the solid-state battery, and it all comes down to one single key innovation. So the crucial switch is swapping that sloshing, flammable liquid for solid material instead. That one change, from liquid to solid, is what makes the whole thing more stable, non-flammable, and it lets you build a battery that's way more compact. And this almost magical material is called a solid electrolyte. It's basically a super thin, solid layer, could be a ceramic or some kind of polymer, that does the exact same job as the old liquid. It lets the energy particles, the ions, pass right through it, but, without any of the dangerous downsides. Let's go back to that analogy for a second. By ditching the slow, flammable ferry and putting in this solid electrolyte, we've basically built a multi-lane, fireproof superhighway for energy. Now, those ions can zip back and forth way faster, more efficiently, and so much more safely. Okay, so this one upgrade, it creates this ripple effect of absolutely incredible benefits. Let's walk through the 3 big advantages that have everyone so excited. All right, first up, and this is a big one, these batteries are just a completely different level when it comes to safety. And the reason why is actually super simple. You take out the flammable liquid. You take out the main reason batteries catch fire. It's as simple as that. This makes the battery inherently stable and way, way more secure. Next, let's talk about power. As you can see from this chart, solid-state batteries have a much, much higher energy density. Part of why is because that super stable solid electrolyte lets engineers use a pure lithium metal anode, which is just too risky with today's liquid-based batteries. This unlocks a huge jump in potential power. And all that really means is you can pack a ton more energy into the exact same amount of space. So what does higher energy density actually mean for you and me? It means an electric car that could drive from Los Angeles all the way to San Francisco on a single charge. It means a phone that lasts for days, not just hours. We're talking about a massive leap forward, not just a little step. And finally, advantage number 3. They last longer, a lot longer. The solid structure is just tougher. It doesn't break down as easily over hundreds and hundreds of charges. That means these batteries could have a much, much longer lifespan than anything we're using today. Now, I know what you're thinking. If this is all so great, why isn't it in my phone right now? Well, here's the reality check. We're not all using them yet because there are still some pretty major hurdles to clear on the path to mass production. For starters, making them is really expensive right now. It takes totally new factories and pricey materials. Then there's the science itself. Scientists are still trying to find that perfect Goldilocks material that lets ions move fast but is also super durable. And even when they find something that works in the lab, making sure it stays stable for years is a huge challenge. And finally, there's just the massive problem of scale. I mean, it's one thing to make a handful of batteries in a lab. It's a whole different ballgame to build giant factories that can pump out millions of them cheaply. But let's be optimistic. Let's assume that we solve these problems. And trust me, some of the smartest people on the planet are working on it right now. Let's just imagine for a second the world this technology is going to build. The impact is going to be staggering. First, it will completely change the game for electric cars. Goodbye range anxiety, hello safer vehicles. Next, think about your gadgets. Imagine paper-thin phones that last an entire week. And maybe most important of all, it could revolutionize medical technology, powering tiny, super safe, and incredibly long-lasting devices like pacemakers. So you see, the solid-state battery isn't just a slightly better battery. It's a key, a foundational technology that unlocks a whole new level of innovation. It really makes you wonder, once we're finally free from the tyranny of the power cord, what incredible things are we going to invent next?